nothing's gonna take control. I need something that I could never find. Boy, you got it and it ain't for sure. Hey, oh baby, won't you take my hand and never ever let me go. But it's time for us to take our stand, show the world that we're a miracle. That's all I wanted from you, a little more attitude. Oh, how can I refuse? 'Cause you're the one that I choose. 'Cause all I wanted from you was for our love to come through. There's nothing else I can do, but you're the one that I choose.
Human touch, making me blush again. Always a rush, and then I'm sinking in. Clothes on the floor, don't have to be delicate. Been craving you more. Oh God, what did we begin? My emotions taking over me. Been a while since you've been sober, talking in your sleep. My emotions taking over me. Been a while since you've been sober, talking in your sleep. Oh, yeah. human touch, making me blush again. Always a rush, and then I'm sinking in. Clothes on the floor, don't have to be delicate. Been craving you more. Oh God, what did we begin? My emotions taking over me. Been a while since you've been sober, talking in your sleep. Been a while since you've been sober, talking in your sleep. I guess I'm sensitive. 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 Yes, 'cause I'm sensitive.
We gon' make you move. We gon' make you loose. We gon' make you move. So baby, let's have it tonight. Let me get funky. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. Tonight, tonight, tonight. Let me get
Happy Wednesday, everybody. How we doing? How we doing indeed? I love the uses of the OMG emote. It's been used a lot this week for a lot of my social posts. I am sitting in a new setup today. For one, you might tell from my background, I've got something from The Last of Us, and it is massive. I ordered it 1 or 2 months ago, and it is made out of aluminium, or as my friends across the ocean would say, aluminum. And I know what you're thinking, my American friends. Aluminium. It's amazing, and I am in the process of getting a really long desk along the bottom because I am just running out of space for all my wonderful things in the background. But in front of me, I have a laptop just here with my run of show because I can't have everything on just one screen. It's getting too crowded. I do have a second monitor. I just need to learn how to mount it. And then I've also got loads and loads. I don't know if it's a bad idea, me picking it up. I've got loads of new buttons. I have completely redone my Stream Deck with the run of show on it. So, you know, what would be sensible would be for me to do this show, because last week it was the first time I had an actual run of show. This would be the week to do the run of show with this new set of buttons. And then the next week after, I could, you know, have a guest on. But why not make it all happen at the same time? So, yeah, I am a little bit on edge today. Not like really anxious and that. We're going to have a good time. But there is a lot happening, and I'm really, really excited. And yes, Mojo, yay, new buttons. Hi, everyone. My name is Myles Dyer, and welcome to Myles Dyer Live, a weekly show where we just get to hang out and talk about all sorts. Sometimes it revolves around serious issues, world events, life hacks, mental health and well-being. And other times, we like to just have fun talking about games, quizzes, or as we are today, we're going to be talking about movies. And not just any old movies, but movies that we haven't seen and are often embarrassed to say, because we know if we do, people go, I can't believe you haven't seen it. And for me, that is what helps you create what I like to call the GASP. The GASP movie list. What movies make people gasp when you say that you haven't seen them? So yeah, I just want to say hi to everyone who's watching live, and if you're watching on replay, don't worry about it, because I love you too, and I always love responding to your comments in the comments section afterwards, and I'm sure this is a conversation that will go beyond just the live show today. For people that want to find me, let's do some housekeeping. I've kept it all at the bottom of the screen now. I have a website, nice and simple, mylesdyer.com, which is where you can also contact me, contact@mylesdyer.com. If you're ever tweeting about the show or posting anywhere on social media, the hashtag we like to use is Quest for Empathy, because that is the mission I'm on, and hope many of you are as well. And I'm predominantly active on Instagram, but you can also find me on Facebook, and I like to talk about virtual reality on Twitter from time to time as well. And if you are new to this and you are wondering what else I do, I have a schedule, because we're currently on Wednesday, and last Wednesday we were talking about Discord, and I know someone in the chat asked if my Discord is set up yet. It isn't. I didn't even get a chance to start it, but I've been working on lots of other things as well. And actually on my mission hit list, April's mission was to start having guests on, which I'm going to hopefully complete today. Then in May, it was to get the merchandise up and running. And then in June, it was to get Discord. But I'm hopeful that it'll be set up way before June. But, you know, we'll wait and see. But yeah, this time every Wednesday, Myles Dyer Live, let's hang out. And we're just 9 episodes away now from the 100th. My goodness, where has time gone? Then on Fridays, I head on over to PSVR Without Parole with my good friend Brian Poole in Massachusetts, Boston. I feel like I've said those two locations the wrong way around. And yeah, we just talk about virtual reality, specifically PlayStation virtual reality. Unfortunately, though, I'm not going to be on Friday's show, because I am going to be directing some documentaries for work in London during the day. And then at night, I'm going to see one of my favourite artists, Coven, play in London. So that's going to be great. So please do tune into the show regardless. I know Brian's going to have some really awesome things lined up for that. And then at the weekends, it's Let's Plays. It's virtual reality gaming, me in front of a green screen. You get to laugh at me. We got to play Garden of the Sea last weekend, and it was a really chilled Animal Crossing-esque game, and I had a really good time with it. And this weekend, I'm going to get to in just a moment. But first, we have a puzzle. We have a puzzle every week, and I can see Mark is already at it. Looper the Game Cat. It should be pinned in the chat, but if not, I'm typing it in the chat now. This is a puzzle that everyone can get involved with, and it is of the thumbnail of this video. So there's quite a lot of pieces there, 448 to be exact. And you just click on a piece and you swap them around like this. See, I'm just going to make a mess now, so I'm going to take this and just put it there, and then put that there, and, you know, just see what I can do, see what sort of carnage I can make happen. So, yeah, log in, and it means while you're watching the show, you can do a little puzzle in the background as well. And finally, last bit of housekeeping. Please do support the show any way you can. Just watching is an amazing way, but you can also hit the like button. It's free if you have a YouTube account, and subscribe, ring the bell to be notified about all future videos from me. And if you do want to go a little bit further and buy me a coffee, as they say, for as little as a coffee a month, you can press the join button, in which you become a member supporting this channel, and you unlock all these really cool emojis, which I'm sure everyone will be using in the chat now. So yeah, I just want to thank you all for the support, because the fact that this keeps building week on week is a testament to you, the community. Whenever I talk about why does this weekly show rock so much, I say it's not because of me, it's because of you guys in the chat, because you're always so welcoming, and I absolutely love you for it. Okay, I will momentarily get to what this weekend's Let's Play is, because for anyone that's been following me on social media will know that I have 10 keys for this game that I'm going to be playing, and it's multiplayer. So if you have PlayStation VR 2 and you don't own Synth Rider, stick around for just a little bit, because you might be getting a copy today. How about that? Something we like to do at the start of the show every week is think about what we are grateful for, and I like to regard this as vitamin G. Yeah, vitamin G, vitamin gratitude. Every week now, you should have enough time to prepare. And I say that as someone who, just before coming live, I was like, oh no, what am I going to mention for my bit of vitamin G? But I actually had a really powerful moment of gratitude. Actually, two today. One was when I went for a walk, enjoyed the sun, and I was listening to some music, which I found really, really moving, got chills. And I just had this moment of euphoria of thinking about, like, loads of people that I've been grateful for in my life, and the fact that I get to meet so many great people. And I recently got back in contact with a high school teacher of mine who had a real big impact on my life. We're going to have a virtual coffee sometime soon. I'm looking forward to catching up with them. And I am going to ask them if they'd actually want to come on this show, because I would love to hear their thoughts about how teaching has changed. Because when I was at school, social media wasn't really a thing. We had like MySpace, if that. We didn't have WhatsApp on our phones or Snapchat. And so I'd love to hear their thoughts about the pressures young people have, and what that transition has been like. And my English teacher, she also got me into Donnie Darko, which is my favourite movie. Oh, I've said that too soon. But yes, just having a look at the chat. Karina says, oh, shoot, didn't do my homework. Well, you can think of something now. Yeah. Just having a look here. Oh, Serial Killer is here. Hello to you. Hope you are doing good. It's good to see you here, Kayli Timecat, asking how everyone is doing. And hello, Metal Game Cat Solid Fritz. What a great name. Serial Killer says, I am grateful to have a loving and handy father who helped fix my leaky pipe on my garden hose this weekend. So much easier to water our 50 new trees. Wow, it seems like you're helping combat the climate crisis with all that planting. That's awesome, though. And my dad is really, really great. He's very handy. So whenever I need to sort things out, I can rely on him. And actually, he's just come back from a trip with my mother. They went to Antarctica. For 6 weeks on an educational cruise. The stories they have, absolutely remarkable. So I've asked them if they'd actually come on this show in the next few weeks to talk about their experiences and maybe share some photos, because the ones I've seen have been absolutely amazing. But I'll be asking them about that tomorrow. Karina says, I've been grateful for my colleagues standing up for me today when was being interrupted during a meeting. Such a brave. Honestly, courage is contagious, and it's how we improve society as a whole. It's always the small things. There's often times where it feels like it takes a lot of courage to speak out, because you're worried that you're going to speak out in defense of someone, and is that an overreaction? Are you making a bigger deal of it than it needs to be? But the truth is, if we all stand up for, better environmental conditions in the way that we live among each other, whether it's in work or in personal spaces or out in public, that is how we build a better society. So yeah, I can think of lots of times I've been grateful for moments like that. Miles, if you want goosebumps, Mark says, and by the way, Mark, I've got a button on here now with a drum, so if you ever want to do a joke, I can press it and it will play this. Amazing. Listen to the young lads. Malachi Bayo. Is it Bayo? Singing on, is it Britain's Got Talent? God, is that still going, that show? I had no idea. Callie Timecat says, very grateful to be able to log onto the internet after last week's tech problems. Yeah, I know. Last week was really strange because half of you were able to get on and the other half weren't. But I'm grateful you're all here. And I'm also grateful for those of you that watched it on replay, even though you didn't get to be a part of the live conversation and still commented in the chat afterwards. Hey, Miles, glad to see you went with the GASP movie suggestion. Yeah, this is going to be a great conversation. And yay for good internet. We all love good internet. Kira says, grateful I got to enjoy a geology museum today. And where was that geology museum? Did it rock? Anyway, moving on. Siago says, might be here for more of these in future. The band I usually rehearse with on Wednesday broke up yesterday. Oh, man. Bit sad about it. In some ways relieved. Weird feeling. I mean, often when things like that happen in life, it can leave you with mixed feelings because of, for me, like when my band split up, I was gutted because of all the energy we'd put in, the experiences of touring and recording. But for me, there was relief as well. I saved a lot of money as a result. It freed up a lot of time that I was then able to invest in other passions. And so mixed feelings, things aren't black and white. And mixed feelings can often create a greater sense of unease. So I totally feel for you. And I hope that you're still able to find, more opportunities and creative outlets for that. Karina says, looking forward to penguin stories soon. Oh, well, there was actually a lot of talk about penguins on the weekend Let's Play, I have to say. Lots and lots of people. You love the gratefulness segment of the show. And damn, Kira says, didn't think of that pun. I know, I walked right into that one. And yeah, but we love it. Okay, so always good to say, express gratitude. And I actually sent a video message. I often like doing this for people that I appreciate. It's someone that follows me on Instagram, and he's a big presenter in the US. And I just sent him a quick video message saying, don't expect a video message back. I just wanted to express some vitamin G and say, I love what you do, your professionalism, but also the fun that you bring. And he says, oh, dude, I'm just getting on a plane. But this totally made my day, got a tear in my eye. I promised to make you a video back. So that was amazing. But that was an example of, that is someone who gets so much love online. And I think I'm probably just going to be adding to, I say the noise. It's not just noise. It's, what's going on. But when you hear from, it's on a one-to-one basis, it can mean a great deal more. So that was really, really awesome, and sort of makes me realise I should express vitamin G to more people more often. Okay, I then like to talk about tip of the week, but as you may have seen on my socials, I've decided tip of the week is way too boring, and so it's now called Dyer Discoveries. And because our guest today, Kayli, is going to be logging on in just a moment, I want to whiz through this because this week's discovery I actually shared on my socials. This totally blew my mind. And it was this that came from Forrest Van Slyke, who says, I've never read so fast. Have you seen this? It says, attention, neurodivergent community. This bionic reading method is absolutely mind-blowing. Your eyes scan the first bold letters and your brain center automatically completes the words. It lets you read twice as fast. Obviously, me reading out loud is not having the same impact. It's less overwhelming and helps you to stay focused. You will feel much more productive and a greater sense of achievement, which will boost your confidence and makes you overall feel more positive. Let me know in the comments if this bionic reading method works for you. Yes, Karina, it was on LinkedIn where I saw it as well, even though it's clearly posted on Twitter first. I find that like my brain is like pulsing as I'm reading it, one half at a time, and it gave me the idea for a future video, a live show, which is Reading Genius. I had this thing when I was younger that helps you read up to 100 pages a minute with Total Recall. I was very suspicious of it. I got up to 60 pages a minute, but that's a story for another time. But yeah, the way that we read and we're taught is often not the best way, because you're taught to read by how you say it. So you're in a monologue. When you're reading it in your head, you're reading it at the rate that you would speak it, when actually in your head, you can read faster than that. Yeah, it works like a charm. There we go. So that is my Dyer discovery this week. This is normally something I deal with at the end of the show, but I want to talk about it now before we bring Kayli on. But this week's Let's Play is going to be Synth Riders, and it's going to be happening on Saturday. I get back from London that day, and it's going to be in the evening in the UK time, 9 p.m, which will be 4 o'clock in the afternoon if you're on the East Coast, and 1 o'clock in the afternoon if you are on the West Coast. Synth Riders is an epic game where you basically surf neon rails and you dance, and it's multiplayer. So I'm going to be setting up a multiplayer server, and anyone with PSVR 2, although it is crossplay, so on other platforms as well, you are going to be able to join me. I think it's up to 9 players. And here's a taster of this game. I am so gonna probably get a copyright strike for playing these videos every week, because I thought last week the Garden of the Sea was copyright-free music from the game, but it clearly wasn't. Not as bad as when I played Creed and it was all the Rocky music. But anyway, yeah, Synth Riders, going to be playing it at the weekend on Saturday. I want to say a huge thank you to Falcon from Kluge Interactive, the developers and publishers of this game, who have given me 10 key codes for Synth Riders, 5 EU ones and 5 North America ones. And so what I am going to do now is I will be putting in the chat, I'm going to put 3 of each. I'm going to put 3 EU base game key codes that you can use, and 3 North American. So it's basically whoever can put it into their computer first is going to be able to access it. On PlayStation, you can do it through the phone app. And then for anyone that is watching on replay, don't worry, because you can also get involved. If you are watching on replay, or even if you're watching now, after the live show, all I need you to do is write a comment with Synth Riders as a hashtag, and just give me one sentence of why you want to battle me on the dance floor, on the VR dance floor on Saturday. I will then respond to 6 of you and give you 3 key codes. Obviously, it's on a first come, first served basis. So if I get more people from America and there's not enough North American key codes at that point, then obviously I won't be able to hand you that. But yeah, let's just get this going. So, right, first up, this is going to be an EU code. So one of you is going to be lucky with that. Enjoy. Let's do a second EU code. Got a North American code here. And a second North American code here. And then I'm going to give one more EU code. Actually, no, I'm going to save the rest. That's 2 of each for the live. I might do 2 more at the end. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, up to 9 players can play on virtual reality with me on Saturday. It's going to be a really, really good time. So yeah, get your virtual reality headset on and let's dance, Synth Riders, dance the night away. It's going to be a really, really good time. Right. It's now time for the main topic of the show, which is all about movies. And as I mentioned, the GASP movie lists that you've all been thinking about, I've seen on social media. I'm going to be talking about mine, but I'm also joined today by a very, very special guest. Her name is Kayli Robinson, and she is a singer and actress based in Los Angeles, California. She is an avid movie watcher. Oh, fancy that, talking about movies, and she's an avid movie watcher. It's as if it was planned. And has been for as long as she can remember. She got into the online television and movie space when she joined the John Campea show as a host for a little while this past year. And her new YouTube channel launches this year and will include all things cinema related. She's going to join us now, but first, here's a little sting. Hey, how you doing?
Good. So happy to be here.
It's good to see you. Your camera's not working at the moment for some reason. I don't know. we did, by the way, everyone, we did a test beforehand. It was working, and it's not now for some. Although we can all hear you good. So
Okay.
I don't know why. It might be something worth like coming out of and dialing in again.
Okay. Maybe I should hang up and then call
Yeah,
back?
if you hang up and dial back in, that should work. 3 times a charm.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Right. So Kayli is just restarting, and it's amazing because we just we did pre-production beforehand. But this is the thing about these shows; these are all DIY. And I told Kayli that this would be completely casual, and it's just me winging it all the time. So yeah, this is gonna be a great topic. Kayli, still can't see you.
Oh my gosh. You
Can
can't
hear
see me
you.
again?
Yeah, can hear you fine, but your camera is completely black. I don't know why.
That is so weird.
I
Hold
know.
on.
Trying to think. The only thing I can think about is your settings with your internet browser.
Okay. Hold on.
And while you set that up, I can talk with people in the chat anyway at the moment. You got a bit of crack with my audio. My audio should be fine today. I've had it turned up a little bit. And I know, Siago, technological difficulties. We didn't have any of that last week, did we? Kayli's just signed out and is going to come back in again. And yeah, so I guess to begin with, I'm just going to ask everyone in the chat, has anyone had a think about their movie GASP list? Are there any confessions? What is the most popular movie you can think of that you haven't seen, that you're often embarrassed? Because about 6 months ago, I watched Iron Man for the first time. I had never seen the Iron Man movies. And actually, I hadn't seen many of the Marvel movies. And yeah, we've got you, Kayli. Here we go. Kayli, everyone! I've even got a cheer for this.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good. We can hear
No,
you
I
good.
can't hear you. Ah!
You can't hear me? Oh my goodness. I mean, I can hear you fine. And now, right, I can see you
my
now.
God.
It went black again. I could write what I say and just hold it up. It's amazing. We did a test, and I jinxed it when I said, "Oh wow, this has never worked so quickly before." Yeah, everyone's like, "Woo, you made it!" And everyone's saying hi. Can you hear me?
Hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you good.
Hi, Mark. Oh no.
Can you not hear me at all?
Okay.
This is interesting. See, this is it. This is all DIY. This is all DIY, man. Die Hard. Whoa, that is a bold movie choice. Die Hard. You've never seen any of the Die Hards. Well, this is, I think, going to be a common theme when we talk about this, which is like any movie where there is multiple ones. Can you hear me, Kayli? I can see Kayli, and I can't hear you now. That's the only thing. But Kayli, you can keep testing while in the green room at the moment, and then I can bring you on once you can hear me. But yeah, Die Hard. That's crazy. That's crazy that you've not seen that. Iron Man was great, but I don't care for all the others. That's blasphemy. That's for blasphemy. Superman. I don't know if I've seen... Actually, a lot of these movies I saw when I was really little, so I can't remember. So like James Bond movies, I've not seen any of the modern ones. Not seen any of the modern ones. Pulp Fiction was one that I'd only seen in the last 5 years. It was... I've just seen people saying spoilers about Jaws. Oh, no, the shark did it. You have a friend who's not seen any Star Wars films. Okay. Yeah, Star Wars is a big one. Now, I had a poll in the chat which was asking, have you seen The Godfather? And the reason I asked that is because The Godfather is like regarded one of the greatest movies of all time. And that has always been at the top of my my GASP list, The Godfather. Let me find it here. You've seen all of them, have you? Hey, Kayli, can you hear me now? Right, okay, I'm bringing you on. This is happening. You can hear me?
We got it.
Awesome. There we go. It works. Everyone in the chat are just like my production crew. Like, they just test and give us the thumbs up, and then we're good to go. How you doing?
Good.
How are things in Los Angeles?
You know, beautiful weather, of course.
Yeah.
No complaints. It's gorgeous over here. How's your guys' weather over there?
Do you know, it's been really weird the last couple of weeks. And by the way, talking about the weather is supposedly like a really British trope. Like, Brits always talk about the weather because it's so diverse. But the last 2 weeks, it's always been really nice in the morning. And then in the afternoon, it gets really cold. So it's like in this balancing act. But I definitely miss Los Angeles. I used to go to Los Angeles every year in my early YouTube days. Used to speak at like the Anaheim Convention Center at like VidCon and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I haven't been in like... I mean, I went every year from like 2007 to about 2012. And I don't think I've been to LA since 2012. And that was 13 years ago. No, 11 years ago. Can't do my maths. Which is crazy. So...
Wow, it's a different world since 2012.
Yeah. How long have you been in LA for then?
Honestly, a little over 4 years. I've lived all over. I've lived in the Philippines, Italy, Hawaii, Germany, Florida, Texas, Nashville,
Okay, so when you
Tennessee,
said
and
all
LA.
over, I thought you were going to be like, yeah, I've been to like Florida, Texas, and LA, but no, Italy, the Philippines, like that is all over. And there was a stat I heard about 10 years ago that about only a quarter of Americans own a passport, so the idea of them going abroad is a rarity. So Italy's one of my favourite countries, beautiful country. When were you in Italy?
Me too. When I was a little girl, my dad, he was in the Air Force, so that's why we traveled everywhere. But I was like 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can't wait to go back. I want to go back as an adult because I know I'll take it in so differently than just being raised there as a kid, you know?
Right.
But
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of places I went to. I used to travel a lot with my parents, and as a kid, you just don't appreciate things. You just like, I don't know, want to do X, Y, and Z and go, oh, that's just a mountain. I don't care about that. I want to go home. And now it's like, no, I want to go back to these places and really explore it. Yeah, that's awesome. And so you're in LA. You're a singer. your voice is amazing, by the way, and I've got your Instagram in the description, so everyone do check out Kayli if you haven't thought about doing that already. But how did you get into like the singing space? Has it just been like, because you've been in bands, you've recorded albums. I saw an interview on YouTube of you with this like girl band. I don't know how many years ago it was. I mean, tell us about this.
Oh gosh. I mean, I've sang my whole life. It's one of those things like I don't remember the first time I started singing. It's just always been that way. And grew up singing in church, and then I would sing in talent shows, any talent show all over the world. As you know, I really was all over the world. And I was like, I want to be a singer. I want to get a record deal. And so after that was like my whole childhood of constantly performing, being in commercials as a kid, the whole nine. After I graduated college, one of my ex-boyfriends became a talent agent and was like, hey, I just left a meeting and this guy's putting together a girl pop group. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, why are you telling me this? He was like, I know if you audition, you'll make it. And I was like, yeah, but I don't really want to be in a girl pop group. So anyways, long story short, it got down to like the last day that like submissions were due. I sat down at the piano and I was like, I'll sing a song, just whatever, and I'll send it in. Honest to God, had no expectations. And the next day I got a call. I was like pumping gas at the gas station, and they're like, hey, we saw your video. We would love to have you come down, do a week-long audition process. At the end of the week, if you're chosen, you get to sign a record deal with Sony and be in a pop girl group and kind of hit the ground running and start recording albums and touring. And I was like, all right. So I went down, and next thing you know, I made the group and toured the country, America, and did a few albums, and it was really good. But all good things come to an end, and we had some bad things happen. Some people were stealing money from us, and that's honestly the sad truth of how a lot of pop groups end. There's always some kind of sinister thing going on in the background, and I was the last girl to quit. It was 5, then it was 4, then it was 3 of us. And then I was like, girls, it's a wrap.
Wow. That is what it comes down to with music. It's like the business element, and music is such a personal experience when you create it that people think it's kind of, it's just business, it's just making music, but it's a very personal thing, and so people have a lot of time and energy invested in it. And yeah, there is a lot of cutthroat nature in the business where there are people that sometimes are just not very nice people, but there's often times where there are conflicts where people have good intentions. It's just that they're kind of looking out for themselves. And I don't know, there's so much that you've said that I relate to in different ways. So I can't sing, and the reason I can't sing was I never learned when I was a kid. I remember I was sort of forced to sing at school, and it just wasn't comfortable for me. And I think once you come out of childhood, if you haven't learned a skill like singing, it's an even bigger confidence gap to sort of, bridge. But funnily enough, I was a vocalist until November last year in a metal band. I was actually a screamer for a metal band.
Screamer!
Yeah. So, which always confuses people because I'm always about kindness, solidarity, mindfulness, and then on stage it's just like.
But that's in there somewhere deep down in you. You're like, ah.
Yeah, that's it. But my music tastes are very diverse. Like I grew up with Duran Duran and Daft Punk and a lot of 80s pop music, and I'm into my electronic dance music now. But I've always wanted to be able to sing. But I was in a band for 10 years until November, and it was a sort of sad ending. But it was just like people were having kids or getting married, and you have to kind of every year reassess because it's expensive. And I guess that comes with everything. Like if you're an actress, you have to put a lot of time into auditioning, and I can only imagine how competitive it is when you are in LA. Like it's just constantly doing auditions and giving projects a go. Like talk to that a bit. Like is it really cutthroat in LA? Is it easy to make real friendships with people, or?
It is a tough city. I remember the first time I moved to LA, when you land, the air is just thicker. Thicker because of the pollution, yes, but metaphorically too.
Right.
It's the most simple of tasks or errands that you have to run that you would normally run in your daily life. When you go run it in LA, you're like, God, everything just seems so much harder. And people are definitely all here for themselves. So it's a very selfish city, which, there's nothing wrong with having your goals and going for them and not quitting until you achieve them. But when you put all those types of people together in one city, it can be a lonely city. It can be a sad city. This is also a city where dreams come to die. Like people,
Right.
it's a tough city and it's gorgeous. Yes, so we have that going for us. The weather's always pretty incredible. The views. I love this state. I've lived everywhere, right? I've even lived in Hawaii. I don't know if I mentioned that one.
Right.
And this state has just everything. It's gorgeous. You have the desert, you have the mountains, you have the ocean, you can go skiing. Like this is
Yes.
it. It's gorgeous, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a tough city. What was that?
I was about to say Hawaii. I've always wanted to be to, but yeah, LA. I stayed with a friend for 3 weeks in downtown LA, and it was. I totally agree with you. The air is thicker. It's everything is a lot more effort to do. The sense of genuine connection is a lot harder to sort out for. Although I met lots of great people when out there. One place I like. I don't know if this is just me sounding really touristy, but I stayed with a friend in Santa Monica, and I fucking loved it. Like Santa Monica
Yeah,
was beautiful.
yeah,
That's like an hour outside of downtown LA, is it? Is it about an hour
yeah,
away?
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to get back out there. Have you been to the UK?
I have. When I
Yeah.
lived in Germany, my mom took us three. I'm the youngest of three. She took us all to London, and we saw Broadway plays. That's where I saw Cats and a Shakespeare play. I forgot which one. That's not good. I forgot.
It's alright, it's only Shakespeare. Guy's son in the chat says, I learned not to do business with friends in Cali because they'll choose profits over friendship. I mean, that's such a sad thing to say. Um, and I keep on thinking Ed Sheeran's Beautiful People when thinking about LA. Um, yeah. Oh no, Kayli's gone. She'll be back. She'll be back. Um, yeah, God, I love California and LA, and I definitely wanna get back out there. Is my microphone bad for anyone else? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Welcome back, Kayli. You good?
Oh no.
Can you not hear me?
Okay, I got you. I
Okay,
got you.
it's good. It's good. It's good. Oh, my voice is a bit crackly. People are saying. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I'm tired. I'm turning myself down a little bit, so it should be better there. And let me try that. That should be better now, guys. Yeah, there's a horrible static noise
Yes.
on the line. I think I found what it is. So if that hasn't fixed it, let me know, and we can work it out. And then, yeah, the last thing I was going to ask you before we get to the main topic of movies,
Yeah.
you were on the John Campea show for a while, and that was actually where I first discovered you. I heard you speaking so passionately, and the John Campea show is, I'm not subscribed to the channel, but I do keep going back to it depending on what the story is, and I'm still like not sure what I make of the John Campea show. There's a lot I like about it, and there's a lot that I'm not sure about. I'm just curious to know, like, how did you get that gig? And how long were you on there for? Or is long not the right word?
That's correct. Long is not the word. Um, so the way that I got on the show was in LA when you're an actress, like yes, I have an agent and all that stuff, but there's, these portals, like these sites that you go to see what jobs are up for auditioning for. And he had his own submission looking for a host for his show. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. I love talking about movies. Gosh, it seems just like a fun time. I mean, crazily enough, like I had never heard of John Campea. So when I got that job, I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. This is like gonna be fun, nice little experience. And I get there and like people are diehard fans. He has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, followers.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, what did I just walk into? I thought we were just gonna have fun and talk about movies, and we did. We did do that. But with that kind of with his status in the, YouTube world, like my first day, I was like, wow, people are mean. Like,
Right.
like they just
What in the you mean in
totally,
the chat, like the
yes,
viewers?
yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes.
Although
And
not
so I
my
got
viewers.
to,
My viewers are lovely. My viewers are
no,
lovely. Yeah.
yes, so sweet.
But you're right.
Seriously,
When
they
it
are.
gets to that level where there are so many people, and I think, and that's what I like about the show that I do is even when it does get busy into the hundreds, you can still read the chat and there's like a coherent conversation. I think when it gets so
Yeah,
big that it's just a constant stream, there's no like empathy building. Like it's just people saying, "Oh, I can type something every 2 minutes," and it's kind of like Twitter
yeah.
where people are just trying to, shit
Oh, I don't
post
even have
or
Twitter. I don't even
okay.
have Twitter. I can't allow that in my
Deleting
life.
Twitter
No
off my
way.
phone was one of the best things I ever did 6 years ago. I still use it though,
Oh, good for you.
unfortunately. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That makes sense though for what you do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, so I just remember the first day I came home and I was like, wow, I thought I was a happy, well-adjusted, confident human. And then I just had these people just rip me to shreds. And I was like, okay, well, I'm never going to look at those comments again. I'm just never going to do the live chat. So when I went in to host with the show, I was just engaged. I never went and saw, I never looked at those comments again because I was like, no, 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 no. Can't do that. But it was a blast. It was fun. It was so funny that I walked into something so big that I had no idea about. John was very kind, and I loved the people I got to work with. And yeah, I'll always be grateful for that. That was really fun.
That's cool. Yeah, no, it seems like a really cool community, and I think when I said I didn't really know a lot about him either, was kind of someone in the chat was just saying he was a part of Collider. I think he then broke away to do his
Yes.
own thing, which
Yeah.
actually you see a lot happening in the YouTube space. Like people, a lot of gaming commentators who are part of IGN, they'll then go and do their own YouTube
Yeah.
thing and build up their own communities, which is great to see. And also, I am a movie fan, but I'm not. I wouldn't be able to get excited about every movie news story, which is a talent in
Yeah.
itself. Like if you're in the industry, like
Yeah.
John Campea is,
Yeah.
he has to
Yeah.
turn up and he has to be engaging and enthusiastic about every story. And I have huge
Yes.
respect for people that do that. I host a weekly show about PlayStation virtual reality for another YouTube channel, and that's all we talk about on that channel. And it's massive audience, really good community, but PlayStation virtual reality is very niche and specific, and so I'm able to survive with that. If it was about gaming as a
Yes.
whole, I'd have a more difficult time because I only want to play the games I want to play. We only want to watch the movies that we want to watch, or if it's
Yes.
music.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't get excited about every project that's coming out. I don't know how he finds the time. I guess it's because
Right.
it is his full-time career. But there'd be times they're like, "Oh, did you see this?" And I was like, "No, like I barely had time to keep up with the shows that I watch and like the movies that are coming out." Um, but yeah, I totally agree with you. It's a talent and a gift in itself to be like excited that this director is actually going to direct this movie, and you know, the new guy at Disney just got fired, and it's like,
Right.
okay, yeah, you got fired, so
Yeah, and you have to
we'll
do all the
keep living
speculation.
and
Yeah, 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 and things move very, very
yes,
fast. I mean, the thing
yeah,
look, I'm not going to get into like movie drama at the moment, but the story that has been quite interesting is the whole stuff about Jonathan Majors, who was playing Kang in the new Marvel movies, the big bad guy. He was in Creed, and there's all
yeah.
this. He's just been dropped by his management, and
Oh no.
there's really significant allegations against him, and it's one of those things of like he is literally on the verge of being like the next big movie star, and it's just it's just remarkable how things can quickly change
Yeah,
and move.
yeah,
But anyway, on movies for us today, we're obviously going to be talking about movies we haven't seen, but to kick things off, to get a
yes,
sense of who you are, Kayli Robinson, when it
yes,
comes to
yes.
your movies, give me a sense of, firstly, like, just name. I never ask people to tell me their favourite movie because I think singular is way too difficult unless you do have one.
Yes.
But like, just give me a sense of some of your favourite movies, and then I'd like to know what is it that you look for in movies. What kind of movies speak most to you?
Okay, so I am a millennial, and that will very much show in my top 20 movies. Like, it's like, tell me you're a millennial without telling me you're a millennial.
Great.
So, I told you my dad, he was a colonel in the Air Force in the US military. So, I have that in my background. My favorite movie is Saving Private Ryan. I love that movie for so many reasons. Obviously, I think there's something with my dad in it. I love my dad. We're close. Spielberg is my favorite director. If you're a millennial, you grew up with Tom Hanks as America's dad, or all over the world. You're not in America, but I'm sure you know who Tom Hanks is. And you have that incredible, just God, it's such a great story. And I remember my dad telling me that was like, he'd be like, Kaylee, that's probably the most accurate depiction of really what war is like
Wow.
and what it was like. And I was like, whew, and that always stuck with me. And I'll never get over that first scene when it starts and it's go time and the camera's going underwater, up above water. You're seeing, it's just incredible, incredible. Um,
That's a really good
so
first pick. Do you know Saving Private Ryan is one of those movies where I don't know if I've actually properly watched it, because I think when I was younger I did watch it. It was like on the TV and my dad was watching it, and I feel like it's just so long ago. I'm pretty sure I did watch it all. I've definitely
yeah,
watched a significant part of it, but it's one of those movies I'm like, I actually want to go back and watch it now. Like as an
yeah,
older, greater appreciator of movies and storytelling, I definitely, because
yes.
yeah, when did Private Ryan come out? God, this is
90.
98. 98, yeah. Oh, Kaylee, you've dropped off again. Um, Mark says in the chat, I agree with Kaylee on Spielberg being the greatest director. You're back. That's cool. Yeah, Mark was just agreeing with you. And people's just saying what they look for in movies. I like a plot with a twist. I also like true stories. How about true
Yeah.
stories with a twist? I don't know if we've had one of them yet. I mean, if it's a true story, everyone's going to know the ending. Like Titanic. Big twist at the end that I bet not many of you were expecting. Yeah, Saving Private Ryan's a really good one. Give me two more.
Good Will Hunting.
Okay, I love this. That is the first one that I'm going to announce today is on my GASP list. I have not seen Good Will Hunting. There we go.
What?
Yeah, what?
I guess.
What? I know. I have never seen
Oh,
Good Will Hunting.
why?
I know. Go on, tell me about it without
Oh,
spoiling it.
Miles.
See, I couldn't even
It's
have it spoiled.
no, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I think it's actually a great time to watch it for you.
Yeah.
I feel like where you are as far as your age, I feel like you're still really young, but there's still so much hope in your life. It's just such a good message, and the acting's incredible. Robin Williams, rest in peace. He's absurd in it. I think that was his first Oscar he won for that role,
Right.
best supporting. Just so many treasures of scenes in that movie. Um, yeah, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. I always take away something different every time I watch it too. It's crazy.
I'm gonna actually switch this screen so we can actually get some of these on. So yeah, Good Will Hunting. Here we go. I mean, it's such poor quality,
Yep.
but there we go with Matt Damon and Robin Williams. I know.
Mhm.
What year was that? Oh my goodness, this
I
is
think
all.
around the same time,
Yeah,
like
I think you're right.
97, 98. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know? I remember I went to Canada to see my cousins, and it was '97. So I was 10 then, 10 years old,
Yeah.
and it was the year that Fight Club and Sixth Sense came out.
Yes.
And it was crazy because America and Canada, North America, always got the movies. Like it hadn't even come out, it only just come out in the cinema, in the theaters in the UK, and yet we were able to rent it in the hotel.
Yeah.
Like movies just
Yeah.
quickly moved on. And so, yeah, watch The Sixth Sense in a hotel room. That was it was, and that movie obviously blew my mind. But Fight
Oh,
Club, I didn't watch
incredible.
until maybe 15 years later. Yeah.
Wow.
Good Will Hunting. That's a great one. All right,
Wow.
third favorite movie. I know these aren't in
I have it
order.
written down.
Oh, you haven't?
No, they're not in order. Man, oh God, that's so hard. I know this is a heavy movie, but it's Spielberg again, Schindler's List. I know that's an intense movie. I just watched it again. It had been a few years, but as I get older too, I take it in differently. It affects me deeper the older I get. And it's just incredible. I love to watch anything Spielberg does. It's so beautifully shot. Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, that is a movie I definitely need to watch again because I watched it in school. Obviously appreciate it. It's hard not to watch it and not appreciate it. It's very heavy. Interestingly enough, Schindler's List was on a lot of people's gasps lists on Instagram when I asked. There's a lot of people that said they've still not seen it. But you got to
I
be in
get
the right
it.
place to
I
watch
get
it.
it, yeah.
It's not a popcorn movie, to say the least.
No, no.
Or if it is,
I know. I was like should I say this? I was like,
No.
yes, because
No.
it's
I
so, it's a
know what you mean though.
masterpiece,
Sometimes
yeah.
like, is it a favorite movie? I mean, a lot of people like Requiem of a Dream, which I actually watched that very late. I watched that probably only. No, I watched that 6-7 years ago. Weird story. I was in therapy.
Never seen it.
Have you never seen it? Okay, I don't know if
No.
that's a GASP one. I think Requiem of a Dream is definitely a cult classic though. But I was in therapy, and my therapist set me some homework of basically instigating certain emotions, but like you're controlling it, and then you can observe it. So she says like pick 3 emotions. It could be happy, depressed, and then make yourself feel those ways and then observe it. And I joke saying, "Oh, I know what I'm going to watch to make me feel depressed." And she went, "Oh no, what?" I went, "Requiem of a Dream." She went, "Oh yeah, that'll do the trick." And yeah, Karina in the chat here says Requiem of a Dream is a GASP one worthy. Oh my god! So yeah, there we go.
Wow.
Yeah, Requiem of a Dream. The only way I'd sort of describe it is a lot of movies. I mean, Schindler's List actually is pretty similar. But Requiem of a Dream is a movie where it's this sort of slow decline into depression, like in terms of its themes and how it makes you feel. And then it just turns it right up towards the end. And you think, and by the way, this isn't a spoiler. You're still going to be blown away by it. But you think, okay, so when's the sort of it going to come up again? When's the relief? And it's like, there's no relief. And then when the credits hit, I think actually that's when it hits you most, because it just, like, what you've seen is just eats you alive. Like, it's a weird movie to promote, because it's like, yeah, check this movie out, because it makes you feel like shit. But that's what movies are about, right? It's making you feel stuff. Yeah. So what is it
And
you
I'm
look
like
for in
a
movies?
pretty happy, positive. Oh man, God, this is what I miss about the old days. Does that make me old?
No.
I miss. Listen. I'm not Scorsese in the sense that I'm like Marvel's not cinema. Like no,
Right.
it is still a movie. I get it. There's a lot of hardworking people that make those movies happen. But I know his sentiment. I agree with his sentiment. I miss a movie taking their time, hiring really good actors, having a good screenplay, having a really good director, taking a while to film it because it's not right. Like now, it's just with streaming. It's just like, yeah, we'll get this person, that person. She doesn't cost that much. We'll get her. I know we wanted her. Yeah, we can have this done in about 2 weeks, and bing, bada boom, bada bing. And I'm just like, what happened to movies? Like, so. What was your question? I have the bad.
No, yeah, no. I was asking, like, what is it you look for in movies, and I agree. Like, I do like Marvel movies, although I was very late to the party. But because they're kind of like an on-screen version of like serialized TV, which has a place, but they're not like as singular movies. There are exceptions. They're often not. You need to have a greater understanding of everything else. I mean, a great example would be one of my favorite movies. I wouldn't say it's necessarily top 5, but and some people are going to think I'm pretty sick for saying this, but the original Saw movie blew my mind. Have you seen it? The original Saw?
I only saw Saw 2, and I don't. It was a random night.
Oh
Yeah,
my
those
goodness,
I can't.
Kayli.
I can't. I'm not a scary person, even though The Shining is in my top 20. That's like a different kind of horror film.
Okay, Shining was on my GASP list for many years. I only watched The Shining about 8 years ago, and this is probably going to make people gasp more than ever. I watched The Shining and I went, it was all right. I know.
Miles.
No, I thought it was cool. I think it's because it was just hyped so much. It was a cool movie, but by the end and the whole stuff in the maze, I'm not saying anything more specific. I was like, what was that about? Okay.
Man.
But the first Saw movie, okay, you've seen the second Saw movie, which kind of spoils the first in ways. The first movie has one of the best like twists at the end ever, and the reason I brought it up was the first Saw movie is a singular movie. It could have been done like a theatre production. It's done in one room, but then every Saw movie, Saw 2 I thought was all right, but then you get to 3, 4, and it's like they're all referencing previous movies, and so it's kind of like you're building a universe. Individually they're no longer exceptional movies on their own right. They rely on each other, so I definitely relate to that. I mean, for me, movies that I look for are ones that make you think or feel something. mindfuck movies I absolutely love. So I'm really into my thrillers. One of my all-time favorite movies is Donnie Darko. Have you seen Donnie Darko?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my god, how have you not seen Donnie Darko? How have you not
I've never
seen...
even heard of that.
You never... Oh, that's even worse. Okay, so what I love about Donnie Darko is don't even look at the synopsis. Just going completely blind, Kayli. This is amazing. I love that we've not even got to our GASP list and we're already drafting them up. You've never heard of Donnie Darko. You've never heard of... Oh my goodness. But that's fine because I threw shade at The Shining. So Donnie Darko, I mean, okay, I'll read you the synopsis. Donnie Darko, an awkward teenager, befriends Frank, a figure in a bunny costume only he can see, who informs Donnie that the world will end. When I first read that, I thought it was going to be some kind of stoner movie. No, it's a thriller that once you've watched the movie, you'll want to watch it again and you'll see it in a completely different way. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it, Drew Barrymore, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Seth Rogen. Oh, yeah, he was in it. Patrick Swayze, the late Patrick Swayze. It's got great 80s music. Honestly, if there's one movie that you have to watch after this, it's Donnie Darko, in my opinion. And the chat can fight me about it.
I mean, that sounds good. Yeah,
this is good. This is good. I mean, I'm looking for the poster of it now. I mean, I don't know if it's actually going to convince you to watch it anymore because it's pretty disturbing stuff. But that's cool. Like, you haven't seen it. That was when did that come out? That would have been like 2002, 2003. For me, it's a real coming of age movie. But what makes me feel old was when it came out and I was in, we call it secondary school, you'd call it high school. It was based in, so this was early 2000s. It was based in the 80s, which felt like, that was before I was even born. Now, the distance between when the movie came out and today is now greater than when the movie came out and when it was based. And that kind of blows my mind now of like just how old I am now. But
time flies. It's crazy.
It definitely does. But I like this. We've got all our GASP ones coming up already. So, but anyway, that's Donnie Darko. That's the artwork there.
Wow.
I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it afterwards. Right, Kayli, we're time now for our GASP lists. What movies? I mean, we've already come up with some already. Donnie Darko for me is the biggest one on my list for you. Let's hear it, Kayli. What movies have you not seen that shock people?
I haven't seen, for like a classic, I haven't seen Raging Bull.
Okay, I've not seen Raging Bull. Okay, that's a good one. That is a really good one.
I haven't seen No Country for Old Men.
I haven't either.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and that is a big one for that. That is oh god, that's with Tommy Lee, isn't it? No Country for Old Men. And do you know? I know very little about that movie as well. That was 2007. Yeah.
Coen Brothers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Coen Brothers. That was it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's his name?
We got Josh Brolin. Yeah, Josh Brolin was
him too. Yeah, he's crazy good. And I haven't seen The Master with Joaquin Phoenix.
Which one? Sorry.
The Master.
I haven't seen The Master either.
Oh wow! Okay, look at that.
I'm writing these down.
We have a lot of the same ones.
Yeah, we do. We do indeed. Someone in the chat says, No Country for Old Men, amazing. And I just want to counter that with Mojo, who says, No Country, boring. Boring. Just boring.
So I'm not missing anything.
Callie says, No Country for Old Men. The ending felt a bit flat, but good film. God film overall. It was a God film. God tier. Oh, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? You must have seen that.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that as well. Has anyone not seen that? Or is that on your list, Dr. Dance? Okay, those are some good ones. Have you got any more?
I haven't seen Casablanca, which is
I haven't seen that. That's on my list as well, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. And Apocalypse Now.
I haven't seen Apocalypse Now. My dad, it's one of his favourites. He's got like the Redux version, which is like the, 6-hour version or whatever it is. So I do need to borrow that. So that is another good one. I've actually got 3 movies here written down that all start with American, and these are all going to be on my GASP list. And it was when you mentioned one earlier. I can't remember which one. So the first one is I haven't seen American Beauty, which
Wow.
yeah is like that was Kevin Spacey. I know you're not really meant to say his name much anymore, but he was on it. And I'm trying to think who else was in it. You got Kevin Spacey. Oh God, I can't think.
Gosh, what's his name's wife? Annette Bening.
Yeah, so
And
American Beauty, I have not seen. The second
it's
American
beautiful.
one is American Psycho. I've not seen American Psycho. Christian Bale.
Honestly, that one is a lot. I was like, I can never watch this again. That was so
Really?
intense for me. I know I've only mentioned my sad, dark, heavy movies. I mean, I'm a happy person. I have so many other happy-go-lucky movies, but that movie is so messed up. The movie
Okay.
is messed up.
Well,
You'll
it's only
probably
going to
like
get.
it though.
Well, yeah, maybe. Well, it's only going to get better with the third American one because it was American History X.
I don't even know that.
Oh, American History X with oh man, what's his name? Edward Norton. Edward Norton was in it.
Oh.
Who's a
Yes, I
Nazi,
remember seeing the. Yep. I never saw it though. Yeah.
and it's got a really famous, horrible scene in it. The curb stomp. You know about this?
No.
I don't even know if I really want to say it. No, no. There's curb stomp. I mean, people can work out what that actually is. But he does it to
Yeah.
someone else, and it's it just makes me. It's a horrible thing. It's like a really he's a Nazi in it, so don't be surprised that he's not very nice in it. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, American History X. I'm just getting the. I'm trying to get the artwork up here. Oh man, this is a low quality version, but well. So yeah, American History X with Edward Norton and Edward Furlong. Meant to be great. Meant to be great. And someone's already put in what curb stomping is in the chat. Don't read it, guys. It's horrible. It's horrible. Right. On the top of my list, Kayli, is The Godfather. I've never seen The Godfather.
Shocked. Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, The Godfather is... have I got it here? I think this is it. Yeah. Godfather. Not seen. Not seen at all. So that is... Yeah, that's definitely at the top of my list.
Wow.
I have not seen any of the Harry Potter movies.
And you're English.
I
What
know.
is
I've actually
going
been to Harry Potter
on?
World. I mean, I couldn't sound any more British than saying Harry Potter, right? Harry Potter. Yeah, I've been to the studio. I've actually been to the studio again when I was more in the YouTube space. I actually was at a Christmas party there where we had the whole of Hogwarts to ourselves. We were drinking alcohol and like in the main area and stuff. I'm not even going to butcher the names of places and stuff. Yeah.
Hogwarts.
The reason why is when I was in high school, we were made, which sounds like a really horrible way of describing it, we were made, boo-hoo, to read the Harry Potter book, the first one, The Philosopher's Stone, which is because the English teacher wanted us to be enthusiastic about English, which is a totally noble decision. But because we were forced to read it, I didn't get to enjoy it as I may have done if I'd done it on my own accord. And so I never got round to watching. I like someone in the chat has just said, yeah, Myles, it's called Hogwarts. There is a video on my YouTube channel where Anna Brisbane, she's a voice actress. I actually took her to see it when she was over, and we did a video together. She is like the biggest diehard Harry Potter fan. She was crying by the end of the tour, and there's me knowing nothing about it, and she basically asked me to describe the story of Harry Potter, and it's the most embarrassing video I've ever done because I just have no clue, and everyone in the chat
That
is just
is
going,
shocking. That one's
Yeah.
shocking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Karina says Harry Potter movies not great. Whoa, that's pretty brutal. Books amazing. Play
Honestly,
was amazing.
yeah, I didn't read the books, but everyone.
Oh, you've gone again, Kayli. Why do you keep doing this to me? She will return. She will return. Yeah, Harry Potter it is being redone, isn't it? It's been redone as a series to include everything that was cut from the movies. Yes, that is true. That is true. Yeah, everyone is loving this. I'm just mindful of time. Okay, Kayli's logged off. Hopefully it wasn't because of like, oh, I've overrun, I've got to go. How's everyone doing in the chat? Everyone having a good time? I'm really enjoying this. It's been a really cool discussion. Wow, Hannah, that is brutal. The Harry Potter franchise should all disappear, although some of you might be like, yeah, here. Yay! You can hear me? Can you hear me, Kayli? Is it working? Is it working? Love this. Kayli, is it just really delayed and it's just you're going to hear me like half an hour later? I love this. I'm going to put Kayli full screen while she works it out. Anything you want to say, Kayli? Can you not hear me? That's mean. Kayli, can you hear me?
I don't think you guys can hear me, can you?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Man.
But you can't hear me. Oh my goodness. Can you hear me? I love this game. I love this game. If there was anything to gasp about, it's how often Kayli ditches the chat. Like, I'll put this. Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me? I just
we
can't
can
hear you.
We can hear you. You just can't hear me. So we can actually just interview you. We'll just keep bringing up text. So I could just say, next on my gasp list. Here we go. Oh, this is a bad one. Here we go. Ready? Can she see this? Let's see if she gasps. Oh, no. Can she read that?
Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to hang up. Hold on.
Okay. This is good. This is good. I love Up. This is awesome. I love this. This has been fun today. This has been fun. This has been really fun. Because it's like, this is like worst case scenario production wise. Can you hear me, Kayli? Is it working? I love your look of focus. You can't hear me. Is it that delayed? Can you not hear me? Can you not hear me? I can hear you.
No. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So it's just, you muted yourself. You unmuted yourself.
So sorry, guys.
It's all right. It's all right. This is good.
You guys are ready for the BBC?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's true. All the Houston we have
I'm
a
so
problem.
sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. This is good. She's gone again. She's ditched. She's ditched. Do you know why it is? It's because she's using AirPods, and I own some AirPods, but they are proper glitchy. That's why I'm wired in. Up is a fun, beautiful film. How about the first Toy Story? I mean, I've seen it. I haven't seen Toy Story 4. That is the only thing. So yeah, let's bring up this. Next on the list is Up. Hey Kayli, can you hear me now? Is it still not working? Oh no. Why can't you hear me? Why can't you hear me? What have you done? I know, it's all right. I am thinking what I could do here. Let's have a look. Interview chat. I'm trying to think. I don't want to end it there. I don't want to end it there with Kayli. I'm trying to think what else could work. I've just asked her to use her laptop microphone and that because it will work. It will work. Oh, you haven't seen Up either, Siago. Oh my goodness, you haven't seen it either. Okay, Wally. I have not seen Wally either. I've not seen Wally either. Wally is definitely on my list. At least you don't have to have moving cameras like the BBC. That is true. That is true. This is the thing about this show I do. I have to produce this all myself. I'm like pressing all the buttons and stuff like that. I have to press buttons like this. Really important buttons like that. Buttons to... yeah, we're in red alert now. We're in red alert mode. For sure. Whoa. You got to see Wally, or we're not friends anymore. That is absolutely brutal. Hey, Kayli. Can you hear me? Is it not? Is it still not? Can you not hear me? Can you not hear me? Oh, I don't know why. I'm just going to say, I don't want to say goodbye like this, but Six Sons has a brilliant twist. I've not seen Six Sons. I've not seen it. After Synth Fridays on Saturday, a Wally watch party. That could be good. But I oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna be exhausted that day. Sixth Sense I've seen. Sixth Sense. I'm trying to think what else I could do. Here we go. I'm gonna let Kayli wave before she goes. She can't hear me, but I've just said she can wave goodbye. She can wave. There we go. Thank you, Kayli. Thank you. Really appreciate it. There we go. Oh, that was such a shame. I'm not sure what happened there. If I knew sign language, we could have done it. For a lot longer. But there we go. Look, I want to say a huge thank you for Kayli for spending time with us today. And yeah, technical issues. Sometimes they happen, and it is what it is. But that is what I like about this show. Is it is all super DIY and gremlins in the computers. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, look, I've definitely got a lot more plans, and look, so much love. I hope Kayli is going to be able to see this on replay. Lots and lots of love for Kayli in the chat. Everyone's saying good night. Oh my god, do you know I've only seen a bit of Gremlins? I don't think I've seen the full one. And yeah, tech does certainly get tetchy sometimes. So look, I'm just going to go through some of the other ones on my list. So I've not seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I've not seen Citizen Kane, which is what we mentioned. I've not seen The Silence of the Lambs. I have to admit, only when looking up today did I realise that the word "the" was in that. Because whenever people talk about it, people would say, "Have you seen Silence of the Lambs?" People rarely say "The Silence of the Lambs." Or am I wrong? I haven't seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Yep. And I haven't seen Frozen. I haven't seen Casablanca. And I haven't seen John Wick. I haven't seen any of the John Wick movies. So, yes. Listen, everybody. Wow, I just want to have a look at this, actually. Look at the puzzle. Whoa! Has it actually been completed? No, there's 28 pieces left. Wow. Good going, everyone. There's a couple of pieces here. Been doing a really, really good job with this. But yeah, wow. Good job. Listen, you're going to bring all those movies. You're very, very, very kind. What is John Wick? Is Pistol Whip based on it? Yeah, you could say that. The Last Stand. I have not seen The Last Stand. I've not seen The Great Escape either. Oh man, there's so many good movies. I feel like... So guys, after this live show, put like your GASP list films in the comment section of this video. And as a reminder, if you want to join me and play Synth Riders on Saturday, this is when it's happening. It's on this Saturday at 9 p.m. Local time. And if you don't own a copy, but you do have a PlayStation VR 2, put the hashtag SynthRider in the comment section of this live stream and let me know why you would like a copy, because I will be giving 6 more copies out, 3 EU based and 3 North America based game keys for Synth Riders, and you can join me. There will be 9 spaces, me taking up one of them, so it'll definitely be a fun one. Cool. Look, everyone, I'm just having a look at my notes now before I head off. I'm really gutted Kayli had to go because I wanted her to talk about her upcoming project. She is going to be launching her own YouTube channel about movies later this year. I don't believe it's been set up yet, but I have said to her I'm happy to help her set it up. So when that does come about, I will get her back on the show, and we will shout about it. But her Instagram is linked in the comment section, in the description of this video. And Instagram is where she is, and she's got loads of videos of her singing. Her voice is absolutely incredible, and it's got a clip of her from the John Campea show where she just talks about the real feeling that comes with movies. So there was a 20 pieces left, and we're almost near the end. Come on, people, you can do it. You can do it. This is really, really good. We can have a follow-up show. I've got about 7 guests currently lined up. So having guests on the show, although with all the technical issues, you might argue, is this something that really wants to be a regular thing? I am going to be having guests on as a more regular thing. I'm really, really excited about it. And I think it's just going to allow much, more interesting conversations. The only thing that I did struggle with today, but I think it did come because of the technical issues, was just making sure that I was bringing up conversations in the chat as well. So if you felt a bit left out, I apologise. But I've been learning a lot today, whilst also dealing with the technical issues, which were a shame. But it is what it is. Wow, Karina, you're talking about my show at work. No pressure. Well, I appreciate that. And there are 26 of you watching right now. So if you haven't already, please do hit the like button. Please subscribe and ring the bell. And if you want to join and become a member, I would love you lots. And it notifies me when that happens, so I can thank you personally. I'm just having a look to see if there's anything else for me, because at this point I would normally be talking about the upcoming Let's Play, but I've mentioned that, although I mentioned it again. But yeah, I have copies of Synth Rider to give away, so please do comment in the description. Not in the description. Comment on this live show after it finishes with Synth Rider hashtag and why you would like one. Even if you don't want one, maybe you know someone who would like one as a gift. That can be great as well. But yeah, please hit the like button, and we're going to wrap it up there. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. And as the credits roll, I would love it if you would tell me what movies would be on your GASP list. You got it? Or just let me know what your thoughts are. Send some more love to Kayli, so I can send a link to the credits afterwards. Actually, let's do that. During the credits, let's just have lots of love for the show. Give some movie names, but also give lots of love to Kayli, because I'm really, really grateful for her coming on the show. Thank you, Kayli. And really, really appreciate it. And Serial Killer said, thank you again for the game key, Myles. I will try my best to make it on Saturday, even if I'm late. If you're late, if there's space, would love to have you there. We'll be doing it for a good couple of hours, if my arms allow it. And wow, we are just 9 away. 9 away. 8 away. Wow. Well, let's see if you can get it done before the credits are over. So on that note, have a wonderful, wonderful week, everyone. As you can probably tell, this show is evolving. There are going to be growing pains. But together, this will keep going. And I've just got so many more exciting things planned. So stay tuned. So have a wonderful week. I'm not presenting PSVR without Pro on Friday. I'm going to see Coven. Karina, are you going? Be good to know. But on Saturday is when we will dance the night away on this channel with the Let's Play with Synth Rider. I want to thank Synth Rider devs for sending me those key codes. It's going to be a good time. Much love, everyone. Have a good one.
on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, Lost in Translation that was just mentioned, 2003, I believe. I've actually never seen it. I've heard great things, so another one. And Scarlett Johansson was on it. I did not know that. I knew Bill Murray was on it. Yeah, okay. Need to definitely check out. Oh, I've just remembered another one on my GASP list that I've never seen. It is, I've got to write this one down. As well, I put Lost in Translation. It was Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, 2003 movie. I have never seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I know nothing about it, but I really want to watch it. Whoa, that's a big poster. Yeah, Eternal Sunshine. I have never seen. So yeah, that is definitely one. Best Scarlett Johansson. I didn't know she was in Eight-Legged Freaks. Black Hawk Down I did see. Rules of Attraction. Interesting. Oh wow. Yeah. What up, Salvador? I love this when people turn up. We just finished. But we wanted to wait for you. We just wanted to wait for you, Salvador. So we're glad you turned up now. I can now end the show. So thank you, Salvador. That's why we ran over a bit today. We were just waiting for you. But yeah, oh wow, Train Spotting. I've never seen Train Spotting. Yeah, Train Spotting I've never seen. Oh my goodness, so many. Okay, that's cool. Have you seen Vanilla Sky? Vanilla Sky I love. But yeah, listen, I'm gonna head off now. I got a new bit of gear from work. So I can now do some really pro pan shots with my camera. I'm using this for behind the scenes and events filming. I would love to take it with me to see Covin, but I don't know if it's actually going to be safe for holding my phone in a really busy place. So I'm just going to have to test it out. But yeah, hopefully it was a good show, guys. I'm feeling a bit mixed about it at the moment, only because I've been planning this all week and it didn't go as smooth as I wanted to, but tech issues happen. But the truth is, hopefully, well, just let me know in the comments afterwards what you made of the show. I think this is definitely the right direction though. Having people on, Kayli was amazing, and she's just such a positive person. I just love her energy, and it was the reason I initially reached out to her. When I saw her on the John Campea show, I was like, I love your energy. And then when I was bringing up a list of people I'd like to have on, I messaged her and I said, do you want to come on and talk about movies? And I think it was just before last show or just afterwards. No, I think it was actually on Friday. And she went, yeah, I'd love to. How, next Wednesday? Yeah, next Wednesday, let's do it. And so we turned this around. So it was really, really good. Yeah, much love to her indeed. Always have a backup plan. I mean, I didn't feel I needed a backup plan. I mean, look, if you mean a backup plan, like if the guest can't make it, if she hadn't made it, I would have still done the topic. So I wouldn't have had any issues there. But you know, when we finally gave up, we were pretty much near the end anyway. So yeah. We are still here, so what does that tell you? It's a very good point. So much gasping. I'm breathless. So yeah, enough gasping. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I need to rest my throat. Got a busy day tomorrow before I'm doing a full day worth of filming on Friday. But yeah, don't forget, you can follow me all these places. Much love, much respect, and a lot of empathy. Love you all, and adios. Till next time. And thank you, Karina, for doing all the timestamps. You've been amazing recently with that. Have fun with doing the ones from today. Bye.